Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into a co-parenting fiasco so petty it almost defies belief. A battle over Flonase, yes, Flonase, has dragged two parents back to court with accusations flying about custody violations, along with CPS investigations and parenting time disputes. While the adults squabble, the judge is left to sift through the nonsense and make sense of it all. Is this a serious issue or just a case of petty grievances getting blown out of proportion? Let's watch and find out.
Good morning to everyone. The court would note the appearance of Mr. Bailey on behalf of the plaintiff, the defendant appearing in pro per. This matter is before the court on the plaintiff's motion to enforce court order, hold defendant in contempt, and for attorney fees. Mr. Bailey.
Thank you, Your Honor. I believe the motion speaks for itself. The defendant was granted sole legal custody by this court just a few months ago, and plaintiff and defendant, Ms. French, has been filling Flonase prescription at her place of employment. She's a licensed pharmacy technician. She's doing so without the permission of the plaintiff and doing so without the permission of the medical professional who originally prescribed the Flonase. Additionally, Your Honor, since filing this motion, there's been some recent events where Child Protective Services is now investigating Ms. French regarding the cleanliness of her home. The Ingham County investigator, who was a liaison because this occurred up north, Brett Gates, went to my client's house last week, informed him of this investigation, asked him to look into an emergency motion. And additionally, Mr. French then informed CPS of this motion and the medical and the prescription that's being filled. So now CPS is investigating Ms. French for the cleanliness of her home, as well as the medical treatment of the minor child, Amelia. So our original prayer for relief, Your Honor, was to have the parenting time schedule that's set to be implemented next fall, which is an every other weekend for Ms. French. We wanted that to be implemented today just because of her lack of discretion with this minor child, the medical care without a medical professional's advice or consent, as well as without Mr. French's consent. But now with CPS investigating this matter even further, we believe a suspension of parenting time may be adequate for a couple of weeks until we can get this investigation resolved. As a result of filing this motion, my client incurred $1,360 in attorney fees, and we would request that Ms. French pay that to the plaintiff for having to file this motion to enforce court order. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. French, how are you able to, and why do you believe that you're able to acquire medical, attention or medicine for the child when you do not have legal custody?
I did not know I was unable to fill my daughter's prescribed prescription. That was not explained to me. These prescriptions are fully legal and were sent in by the provider. And the one that Mr. French seems to think is a false script was sent in twice on 6/24 at 1:03 p.m. and 1:06 p.m. I was not at work at this time. Other people have typed these prescriptions and were filled by other individuals. I picked it up and I provided the Flonase for Mr. French's household and my own, because Mr. French refuses to fill the prescription for our daughter.
Okay. Well, in this particular matter, when you do not have legal custody, you cannot acquire medical treatment for the child, except instances where it would be an emergency situation, such as an accident or something of that nature that occurred when the child was in your care. You cannot acquire routine medical attention or anything of that nature.
So I am unable to pick up her prescriptions.
You're unable to do anything other than emergency medical treatment.
Okay, I do apologize. I was unaware of that.
Okay, because the plaintiff has the sole ability to do that at this point. I'm not going to, in fact, suspend the parenting time at this point. Obviously, we don't know what's going to happen with the CPS investigation. It's not before the court. It's not in a motion, so I don't have it before me in this particular matter. Court at this point has at this point is not going to hold the defendant in contempt. She's given an explanation. I don't know the merits of it, other than it seems like that could be reasonable. So I'm not going to find her in contempt without having a hearing or having more information than I have. But a court does find that it's appropriate to assess the attorney fees for these proceedings. As again, she said she wasn't aware of it, but that's her obligation to be informed of what's in the judgment as well. So the court will order attorney fees in the amount of $1,360, which shall be paid within 60 days of today's date. Mr. Bailey, you can prepare an order and submit under 7 days.
Thank you, Your Honor. And if we do find out more information from Child Protective Services, would you like us to schedule just a regular motion hearing around this time?
Yes, what you're going to have to do is you'll have to file a motion, and then Ms. French will have an opportunity to respond.
Okay, thank you.
Okay,
Thank
can
you.
I please state that CPS has been in my home and these false allegations have been shown false? There's been no further communication.
And that's not before me today, so I'm not considering any of that.
Okay, I just wanted it on the record that that has been proven false.
Okay, and I want it on the record that that's not before me today, so I'm not dealing with that. So you're free to go. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This case is a masterclass in how small disputes can snowball into full-blown courtroom drama when co-parenting goes off the rails. It's easy to laugh at the absurdity of fighting over Flonase, but the truth is, the only person who suffers in these situations is the child. What do you think? Could this have been resolved without dragging it into court? Or is this just the reality of shared parenting gone wrong? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more gripping courtroom moments. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one.